JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is absolutely amazing. I don't care what you think, I don't care what you say. Forever and ever and ever, that show is going to have the simplest of the greatest story arcs, the best music, and the best visuals that I've seen in a long time. Excluding the movie Redline, because that movie is high up on my list, and we'll talk about that some other time. But I absolutely adored JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Me and my friend decided to watch it a little while back. I think I got him into it, or he got me into it. I think I got him into it. And then we binge watched it. We binge watched the entire thing. And then a little while later, he got into the fourth. If you guys watching, you know about the different parts of it, part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. He likes part 4. He immediately dove into it. I personally wasn't a big fan of 3. I don't know why. 1 and 2, Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency, I absolutely adored. The third arc, maybe it was because when I had originally watched the Stardust Crusaders arc, I watched the old one. I can't remember if I watched the one from the 90s or the 2000s. Probably the 2000s one, because it had this whole wicked guitar intro, and it shows how one of the characters got offed. You know who I'm talking about. Star? Yeah. Surprisingly enough, not going to spoil anything in this video, if I can help it. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Stardust Crusaders, and then by the time we got over to Diamond is Unbreakable, I'm not watching that right now, mainly because it is not in English, and I have a big problem with watching things in Japanese. I just can't do it. You cannot label me a weeaboo now, or an otaku, because I do not like watching shit in Japanese, not unless I am really forced to, and the show is really good. Like, the only anime that I've ever watched in Japanese, the only one, and I'm going to do a whole video on this anime because it's so good, was 91 Days, or at least the first season of 91 Days, because I'm begging you make a second one. But 91 Days is the only anime that I have ever watched in Japanese, and that's because the story sucked me in immediately. It was exactly what I was looking for in an anime. Excuse me. But I wasn't sitting there going, I think the Japanese sounds very good. The dub is very No. I don't understand Japanese. I don't get it. I'm not listening to their voices. I'm looking at which character is on the screen and reading the subtitles. I don't understand these people that watch it and go, yes, the Japanese, they don't speak a lick of Japanese. Yes, the Japanese was very, very good. No. Half the guy characters are voiced by females, and all the other guys, especially the big burly ones, I swear to God, are all voiced by the same dude who sounds like, who just like groans his voice. Call it racist? I'm sorry, but to me, all the Japanese voice acting sounds the same. They have the young guy voice, the female voice trying to be a guy voice, or big guy, which is the type voice that you always hear. Rant end, back to the main point. I just can't watch JoJo in Japanese, so I will wait for Unbreakable to be in English. That way I can fully understand it, and I won't have to read subtitles. Once again, my one exception was 91 Days, because it was a fucking masterpiece. On that note, I wonder how... I'm kind of iffy about how the next few arcs are going to turn out. Arc 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, blah, 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 for JoJo, if they decide to adapt them. Because it seems kind of strange now in the story. I don't keep up too well with arc, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the manga. As far as I know, might get into spoilers. For the manga, I might get into spoilers here, but it kind of becomes a thing later on. I know eventually the timeline gets fucked up or something, or somebody messes up the timeline, and an alternate universe is created. And in that alternate universe, the JoJo story continues, but it's different people and different, I don't know, maybe the sexes get reversed or something like that. I don't know how it goes, but basically there's a huge time fuck up. And I just think it's funny that every single time this series seems to be getting stale, or the comics seem to be getting stale, the guy who writes it, I forget his name, but he just seems to just pull a complete 180 and add something new or change something new that wasn't in continuity with the rest of the series, but suddenly switches everything around and makes everything 10 times more interesting. I mean, first it was the stands, just add that out of nowhere, and now it's this alternate universe that suddenly gets created because of a stand. I think that's what happens. Not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. But I will, however, be very much looking forward to the English dub of Diamond is Unbreakable, and I don't know. Look forward for an opinion video on that, because yeah, unless I'm praising it, I'm bitching about it. So I think that's going to do it for this video. Tell me what you think about the JoJo, the newer or the older JoJo manga adaptations, and I will catch you guys next time. Adios, have a good day.